All right, let's talk about cognitive restructuring. As you can probably already understand just from the title itself, you restructure your cognition. We talked about it, coaching as a disk defragmentation. You create defragmentation of the mind. And we use this analogy in coaching as well. So cognitive restructuring it's a cognitive behavioral approach to help individuals identify and change irrational or negative thought patterns and beliefs. You identify them and then you restructure them, right? How does that work? First of all, you identify your own thinking. Self-awareness, awareness of your thoughts, crucial. That's the foundation of everything. And that's the core of my coaching practice, bringing everything into awareness. And then once we understand what's going on wrong, what are the thinking patterns that are dysfunctional and bring this dysfunctional behavior, we challenge these cognitive distortions. We replace the negative thoughts. We can reframe things. We can build different narratives about what exists currently. And through behavioral experimentation, we can also affect it. So you can, through the mind, you can change the behavior, but you can also change the behavior, change the action, test it out, and that by that gain new experience, and that will bring in new thinking, right? And practice and reinforcement. Like the analogy that I always love to use is like walking through the forest. A habitual thinking pattern is a trail that's been walked hundreds, thousands, millions of times. And it's just like your thought is automated because it's so easy to think this way. It's a trail that goes through the forest. However, building a new habit, building new behavior, building new thinking pattern is like breaking again through the forest, taking a machete and then breaking, hurting yourself, but through trial and error, you walk once, you walk twice, you walk 3 times, and then if you walk sufficient number of times, the new trail appears, new thinking pattern, and as a result, new behavioral pattern. So this is what we do in coaching. We use this concept of cognitive restructuring. We bring the current programs to the light of your awareness. We pressure test, as I said, this legacy code and see if it breaks. We challenge the current thinking, current structure and system of the mind. And then if it does break, if the code breaks, we replace the old code by writing the new code, new programs. And of course, practice and reinforcement, we support new code with creating new life experiences. Through experiential confirmation, you learn how to do things, how to think in a new way. And we repeat until the new code integrates into the operating system, and that becomes your second nature. Hopefully this helps. This is a little bit of theory, a little bit of teaching, but again, super important to talk about this stuff before we dive in and start actual work, because this is gonna lay the ground for all our conversations moving forward. But now it's time for real fun, real practice. I'll see you in the next section.